이번에 나온 유명 의사는
This celebrity is called
마돈나
Madonna.
이 사람은
She recently started a trend of shopping for children in third world countries, which gained her enormous publicity.
주목을 받게 된다. 그녀는
She
미국 내
could have
수백만
adopted
명이나
one of the
되는
millions of
불쌍한
poor black
흑인
children in
어린이를
America
입양할 수 있었다.
who have no home.
이렇게 하는 것은 그녀가
But that would not have gotten her the attention she so desperately craves.
만들지는 못하였을 것이다. 미스터 타이거 우즈를
Meet
만나보고
Mr. Tiger Woods,
욕심 많고 타락한
an athlete who has made millions of dollars from his image as an honest, dependable family man, even though the greedy golfer was also having sex with over a dozen waitresses, porn stars, and C-grade models at the same time.
이 사람은
This is B-grade actor Mr. Arnold Schwarzenegger,
지금 보는 것은 캘리포니아의
seen here with his wife when he was re-elected as governor of California.
모습이다. 캘리포니아
Unlike the other B-grade actor who served as governor of California,
이 배우는 대통령까지는
this actor won't be president
왜냐하면
because
자기 집
he
가정
fathered a child with the family maid in their marital bed.
이들 두
These two
배우는
actors are very big celebrities.
그들의 이름은 브래드와
Their names are
안젤리나입니다.
Brad and Angelina, and their brand is Brangelina.
그들 또한 제3세계에서
They also shop for children in third world countries.
마찬가지로 이들 또한 미디어의 주목을 받는
Like
것에
other celebrities, they constantly complain about the media attention they get,
어린이를 구매하기
even
위한
though they have entire teams of propagandists who alert the media each time they go shopping for children
전속되어 있는 홍보팀
or
전체가
purchase a coffee wearing the latest designer clothes.
알려지면서도 말이다. 진실은
The truth
이런
is
유명
that
인사들은
celebrities like these are merely collaborators.
예를 들어 서구 사회에서 담배에
For
사람들을
example, despite the fact that tobacco in the West is laced with more than 2,000 deadly chemicals designed to addict and kill humans,
잡지, 영화,
celebrities frequently appear in magazines, movies, and fashion shoots smoking cigarettes.
거대 담배 회사는 청소년들이 이들과
Big
같은
tobacco
유명인이 되고
pays
싶다는
these
것을
trained
알고
monkey
있기 때문에
collaborators
이들
of death
꼭두각시
enormous
협력자들에게
amounts to
먹고
smoke
죽을
and
정도의
glamorize their
어마어마한
product,
돈을 지불하며 담배를
knowing that the
피우고
youth want to be celebrities too.
Nicole, don't do that, you promised.
간혹 유명인은
Sometimes celebrity exacts a terrible toll on the human brain, leading to confusion and misery.
이 가엾은 사람은
This poor man
최근
is
약물
Mr. Michael
과다분양으로
Jackson,
숨진
a very famous musician who recently died from a drug overdose. Let's look at what America did to this man.
그의 조상들은
His
아프리카에서
ancestors were raped from Africa and brought to America as slaves, and his childhood was spent working and performing for a violent father who colluded with record companies to profit from his talents.
자본주의
So
소나기에서
much pain at the hand of capitalism leads to an identity crisis.
이 충격적인 영상들
These disturbing images are not film trickery, but the result of a practice known as plastic surgery.
통계 자료에 의하면
In surveys, 9 out of 10 women in the West are unhappy with their appearance,
이런 배경으로
which drives them to spend enormous amounts of money buying cosmetics, clothes, and plastic surgery,
불구하고 여성들은
despite the fact that they will never become celebrities or look like the models in the advertisements.
이것을
This is consumerism.
대스타죠.
Many of the biggest celebrities have no talent at all.
이 대단히 유명한
This
여자는
very famous woman is called Miss Katie Price.
그녀의
Her brand name is Jordan.
나이 조사에
And despite
불구하고
my research,
그녀가
it seems
하고
clear
있는
that she doesn't actually do anything.
이 사람은
This is Miss Paris Hilton.
이
This narcissistic parasite comes from a wealthy hotel family. She glorifies her opulent lifestyle without guilt and is said to charge $150,000 to appear at parties.
그녀는 심지어
She even has a TV program called My New Best Friend Forever,
나의
where
새로운
people compete to be her new best friend.
프로그램을 운영하기도 한다. 이것이 서구 사회에서는
Proof that anything in the West can be reproduced and commodified for profit.
수 있다는 증거이다. 이것이 서구 사회에서
This is part of a trend in the West for what is called reality television.
하는 것이다. 현실 TV는
a type of freak show programming about talentless narcissists who like to talk about themselves and go shopping.
쇼 프로이다. 미국 현실
In the field of American reality TV,
가장 터무니없는
competition is fierce for the most grotesque example of such exploitation.
여성들이
There are shows like The Swan, where women who are deemed ugly enter a plastic surgery competition to see who can be turned into the most beautiful.
She's just very masculine, face, body, basically everywhere. So we really need to change her body with a lot of liposuction, breast augmentation. We really need to feminize her face by doing a brow lift, rhinoplasty, take the fat of her cheeks and her chin. She really deserves to be in this program.
Without a doubt.
이것은 마이 슈퍼
This one is called My Super Sweet 16, where children have tens of thousands of dollars spent on them simply because they are turning 16.
써댄다. 이 아이들은 아무것도 이루고
They are treated like celebrities, despite the fact that they have achieved nothing and are out of touch with reality.
거리가 먼 일이다.
And if you're ready,
하지만 이것은
But this is nothing compared to a reality series called The Bachelor, where a handsome, wealthy young man declares his commitment to picking a wife from a bevy of 16 potential brides.
남자가 각각의 여자에게
His sincerity in talking to each woman is chilling, as are their claims to love him.
다음 편이다. 배우자 후보
After sampling all of the potential brides, he decides who to marry, turning the most personal of decisions into a commodity,
조종되고
an experience to be manipulated, packaged, and sold worldwide.
You guys ready?
텔레비전과 유명인 잡지 같은 방해 기법은
Distraction techniques like television and celebrity magazines are the propagandist's best tools for keeping people from thinking and talking about important issues.
그리고 여기
Now, they have another.
게임 산업은
The games industry now generates more money than the film industry
죽음,
and has cemented the West as a culture of death, violence, and destruction.
이것은
This is Grand Theft Auto 4.
이 게임에서는
Here, you can kill anything that moves and have sex with prostitutes.
가능하다. 이 게임은
This game appeals so much to people, it sold $500 million worth of units in its first week of sale.
게임과 만화 영화는 폭력과 죽음의
Because gaming and animation desensitizes violence and death,
대부분이
much of the billions in military spending goes into recruiting young, poor, and uneducated people to fight their Fortune 500 wars
그들
using these same techniques.
싸우도록 한다.
Most serve 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year.
Hotel 26, greeting orders 1-8. Come on, fire! Hey, Roger. Come on, let us shoot. 1-8, okay, clear. Come on.
이 게임은 세계
This game is based on something called WWE, which stands for World Wrestling Entertainment.
극도의 폭력은
Extreme violence cheered on by Americans baying for blood.
미국인들은 그들의 절친한
They know
친구와
the names of
배우자,
each one of these actors,
영국의 노력에도 불구하고
and yet they don't know where Britain is on the map,
모르지만 이 게임의
despite the
존재가
efforts of the
배우 한
British
사람,
to
한
be
사람의
their
이름을
best friends.
알고 있다. 85%의 미국 젊은이들은
85% of American young adults can't find Israel, Iraq, or Afghanistan on a world map. 30% of them can't find the Pacific Ocean on the map.
그리고 75%는
75% of them don't know the population of the US,
얼마인지도 모르고
and 11% of them can't even find it on a map.
어디에 있는지조차도 모른다. 이런 것이 물론
This is ideal, of course.
대중을
Keep the masses ignorant and pacified on the couch.
폭력, 죽음과
Distract them with violence, death, and the illusions of celebrity. reduce resistance and thought, make them choose the bland over the brilliant,
건조한 사람이 되는 것을 사고력이 풍부한 사람이
meaningless
되는 것보다는
over the
무의미한
thoughtful,
사람이 되는 것과 쓰레기 같은 것들에 눈이 번쩍
and
뜨이게 하는
dazzle
사람이
them
되게
with
하는
trash.
그런 것 말이다. 이것이 세계
This is now what people around the world accept as normal. This manufactured reality has become more real than this. 38 million homeless Americans. But the media doesn't want people to know about these Americans. Not unless they can be used for entertainment.
You want to be on top?
Meet Miss Tyra Banks, a former clothes model who now has a talk show where she pretends to be concerned about people's problems and society in general, even though she has no qualifications to do this.
And so, after America.
Here, she dresses up and pretends to be homeless in order to experience life on the streets, which is impossible because she owns numerous homes and great wealth.
청중들은 이 가식적 행태에
The audience doesn't question this charade,
대신 이것은 그녀가 자신에
but instead it willingly feeds into her need to talk about herself. Here we see America's Next Top Model, where everything is covered in her Tyra brand.
결국 그녀의 이름만 불렀을
Everyone
뿐인데
has to shout and scream and appear delighted at the mere mention of her name.
보여야 된다. 이번
In
에피소드에서는
this episode, she has the contestants made up to pose as blood-spattered and mangled corpses, while across the other side of the world, her fellow Americans were shooting, stabbing and blowing up an estimated 1.8 million Iraqi civilians.
참가자들과 함께하고 있다. 대부분의 미국인들과 마찬가지로 그녀 또한
Like most Americans, she doesn't know or care about these numbers.
신경도 쓰지 않는다.
She is concerned only about a life of style over substance.
관심이 있을 뿐이다.